Okay, here's the video on Instagram hashtags. I've gathered some information from a really good article, and hopefully some of this will be helpful as you guys use hashtags on Instagram. Apparently, they are super important on Instagram and can really increase engagement. So we need to make sure that we are understanding how to use them so that we can make the most of Instagram. So, why should we use Instagram hashtags? Posts with Instagram hashtags average 12.6 more engagement than posts without a hashtag. And we're going to talk about um, some more about that in a minute. So, some general things about hashtags. You can add the hashtags to a caption or comments, but apparently there's some, it's a little trickier to add it to the comments, so you might have to add it right away. So it sounds like it's just best if you add the hashtags to the caption, if at all possible. Numbers are allowed, but spaces and special characters aren't, and you can only tag your own post. You can't tag other people's posts. And you can use up to 30 hashtags on a post. So that's a lot of hashtags. Okay, so there are a couple different types of hashtags. There's branded hashtags and community hashtags. Branded hashtags are unique to your business. It doesn't have to have something to do with your brand name, but it has everything to do with your brand identity. So it's just whatever you assign and start using. And community hashtags are meant to increase the reach of your message, while branded hashtags are designed to connect themes for you and your audience. They can also be used to promote a campaign. Um, Community hashtags, just like on Twitter, they're used to connect like-minded users around a specific subject. They're a great way to connect with others, improve the SEO of your posts, gain followers, and grow your community. The best way to find the community-oriented hashtags is by looking to see which hashtags your audience or favorite accounts are already using. The narrower the scope of the hashtag, the more successful it will be. So hopefully you can see this. It was suggested that since you can use up to 30 hashtags, um, it's important to organize them, and then you can just copy and paste them over when you make a post. And they suggested to use them in create a spreadsheet on Google Docs to do that. And I guess you just copy and paste each individual one from your phone. Um, Personally, I would think Word would be easier because you could copy and paste all of them at once, but I don't suppose you'd want to use all of them at the same time, depending on what the post is, especially for us, since we'll have some things that are geared more towards parenting and some that will be geared more towards marriage. So if you're working with Instagram, we may need to discuss some more about what hashtags we should be using on all the posts, and I'll start some comments in the comment section about that. Okay, so the best way or how to find the best Instagram hashtags, it's important to be strategic. And sometimes instead of using the most popular Instagram hashtags, you can use the top hashtags that have an engaging community behind them and are specific to your audience. So the best way to find these cool, creative, and community-oriented hashtags is to look and see what Instagram tags your audience, competitors, and industry leaders are using. The narrower the scope of the hashtag, the more engaged the users will be. So apparently, um, their niche hashtags can be very successful. So some steps to finding the best hashtag is research your audience, find out what hashtags your audience is using, and see which ones go with the content that you're publishing so that they're relevant and contain keywords that users are searching for. Research your competitors and find out what hashtags competitors are using so that you can determine which ones provide the most engagement. And you can also, that can help you figure out what your customers are talking about and what hashtags they're using. Research industry leaders. To do this, you can follow Instagram influencers that have the same or similar target audience as you. These are basically people that tend to perform exceptionally well on social media. And so we have to do a little bit of research to find out who those are. Find related hashtags just goes with looking at the trends that are relevant to our hashtags and trying to grow our community in that area. To do this, you can type your hashtag in the app's search bar and then select tags from the drop-down menu. And then you'll be able to see all the top hashtags that are closely related to our own hashtag. And it will reveal additional ways to reach, monitor, engage with your community. You can also browse through posts containing a hashtag you've already having success with and see trends of other common hashtags that could be included in future posts. And if you find them, write them down. So, to trend for an Instagram hashtag, you can, if you look at hashtag, or if you look at Instagram, and if you ever search for a hashtag on Instagram, you've noticed that there's a grid of 9 top posts that appear at the top of the results page. These show you some of the most popular posts that were tagged with that hashtag. In order to get your post at the top getting your post up there is a big deal because everyone sees that exact same top post. So most likely means your page has gone viral. Sorry. So, let's see. So how to get a top post. Sounds like it would be a really cool thing. The best way to get a top post is have high engagement, have more likes and comments. If you look up the hashtag makeup junkie, they have a lot. That's a top post. Most top posts receive over 4,000 likes and 50 comments. Another factor to getting a top post is how quickly your post receives engagement. And it's ideal to get the engagement within the first 24 hours of posting. So you need to get those likes and comments starting quickly after the posting. The formula for getting a top post is to pick the right hashtags. It's important that they're relevant more than how popular they are. Just adding random hashtags is not going to necessarily help that much. You need to find hashtags that are really doing well in your niche. And then you need to generate a ton of engagement once you get that right hashtag to increase engagement on your post. Okay. You also want to use 3 to 5 big hashtags on your post. This will help get more engagement, and also the big hashtags are hashtags that will generate lots of likes and comments, like Instagood, photo of the day, VSCOcam. These are big hashtags, but they need to be relevant to us. So they need to have like a ton of posts, but need to be relevant to us. And that if there's a ton of posts with that hashtag, then we know that there's a lot of engagement because a lot of people are searching for them. Okay, something else we can do is create our own branded Instagram hashtag. So create a hashtag that's unique to our business, and it can be our company name or tagline or name of a product or campaign. As I was writing this, I was thinking, well, if we came up with a really good group name for our Facebook, we could also use that as our branded Instagram hashtag. So that could be a good thing. It should be something simple and catchy, short, easy to spell and remember, to make it be an ideal branded Instagram hashtag. Okay, the last thing is we can also use hashtags to have contests and campaigns, and that will help people want to use the hashtag and can really grow engagement and inspire our community. And so I will be working and looking into that some more and seeing if we can come up with something that we can do maybe in a few weeks that would really tie, that we could have across all of our social media platforms and use hashtags where applicable and just do a little campaign about something. So to help increase engagement on all the various platforms, but especially on Instagram, especially if we can get some interaction from our community once we've got our Facebook group up and have the community on Instagram, you know, maybe they could post pictures of their random parenting moments or something like that that would increase engagement on that platform. So please comment in the comments with any things that I have missed or your ideas about the things that I have discussed. Thank you.